Hi, first grade. Hi, Mrs. Bravo. And hi, Miss Valdez. Hi, Mrs. Bravo's classroom. And hi, Mrs. Valdez's classroom. It's Miss Hunter, and I'm here to do a lesson with you, just like I used to do when we went to school at Gavilan. So, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a book. And the book is called All My Stripes. So, all my stripes, the biggest words on the front of the book. That is the title. And it is a story created for children with autism. And I'll explain what autism is. But it's a really cool story and it can teach us a lot about people who are different than us and how that's okay. All right. So, the author, everyone say author. The author writes the sentences. And the illustrator, everyone say illustrator, the illustrator draws the pictures. So, are we ready to read All My Stripes? Let's go. All My Stripes, a story for children with autism. All My Stripes. Zane ran home as fast as he could. "Nobody gets me, Mama." That's what Zane said. Mama hugged Zane. He began to tell her about his bad day. This morning in art class, the teacher started a hoof painting project. I didn't want to get paint on my hooves, so the teacher gave me a paintbrush. All the other zebras noticed and were making fun of me because they didn't understand why I wouldn't use my hooves. Mama said, "I bet that made you feel different from the rest of the group." Zane replied, "It did, but paint is just too weird to touch." During math class, the fire alarm blared loudly. While the children in my class were getting in line quietly, I hid under my desk, screaming and covering my ears. The class left without me, and I was scared until the firefighters found me. When the class came back from lunch, everyone was putting their lunch boxes in their cubbies. Some classmates were talking about a video game I play all the time, but I didn't know how to start talking to them. I started talking about all the things I knew about the game. But since I was staring at the floor, nobody knew that I was talking to them. Once the other kids walked away, I started talking louder. I really wanted them to hear me, but everybody was getting ready for science class. We sat down for science and were learning about the planets. Our teacher gave us each a planet to draw, but I wanted to create my own. When it came time to present, I felt different from the rest of the class again. My teacher loved my planet and said, "Whatever floats your boat." I spent the rest of the afternoon looking for a boat in the classroom. Zane was crying. How come all anyone else sees is my autism stripe? Mama carried Zane over to the mirror. When I look at you, I see many different stripes. If one of them were missing, you would be the same. You wouldn't be the same. Sorry. I see your pilot stripe. When we get lost in the city, you always remember the way home. Your caring stripe makes you act kindly towards others. When your classmates think it's funny to bully other kids, you come to their rescue. Your honesty stripe lets me always trust your word. When other parents have to worry that their kids aren't telling the truth, I know you always are. My favorite stripe is your curiosity stripe. When all the other kids are falling asleep in class, you always want to know more. I love when you come home and tell me everything you've learned. Sometimes you ask me questions and I don't even know the answers. Mama pointed out the rest of Zane's amazing stripes. The more stripes she explained, the better Zane began to feel about himself. By the time she was finished, Zane loved himself again. Zane ran outside, feeling the warmth of the sun. Finally, he felt proud of all his stripes. He said, "There's more to me than just my autism stripe. It's just a part of me. The other parts make me the whole me. I love each stripe because without them, I wouldn't be me." And notice the exclamation point there? That's why I said it with enthusiasm. So, all of my stripes. All of my stripes is about a student that is a zebra, and he has something called autism. And autism is a disorder that some kids do have. And there might be someone in your classroom that has it, or there might be someone in your class next year or when you're in Main Street that has autism. So, I want to explain a little bit about autism. Okay, with Zane and autism, he had a stripe that was his autism stripe. Kids don't have stripes. And if a child has autism, they look just like you and me. So, remember in the story when Zane didn't want to get paint on his hands? Sometimes kids with autism or that disorder, they feel things differently. So, paint on their hands might not be a good cooling feeling to them like it is to me. If I had paint on my hands, I would think that was so cool. Also, he had a hard time when he talked to other children. So sometimes kids with autism, and sometimes shy kids, even like I used to be shy, have a hard time talking to other kids because they have a hard time looking people in the eyes. And that's not because they're being mean, it's just Their body's a little bit different than ours. And also, in the story, Zane didn't want to do what everyone else did. And his teacher made a comment, and it didn't make sense. She said, "Oh, whatever floats your boat." And what that means, it's kind of like a saying. It means whatever makes you happy, do it. So Zane didn't understand that. That was confusing to him. So, and some kids might not have understood that as well. So in the book, one of the two main characters, other than Zane, was Zane's mom. And Zane's mom did a great job of talking about all of the positive characteristics that Zane had. So, not to focus on the negative characteristics. That's the other thing I forgot, the fire alarm. Sometimes kids have sensory issues, and your senses are your eyes, your ears, your nose, your sense of taste as well. And so a fire alarm for any other kid wouldn't scare them. They would just get up and go. But for Zane in the book, he had a hard time because the fire alarm sounded different to him because he's different. And it sounded way louder, I think. And it really scared him. And that's okay because everybody is different. And it's awesome that everyone's different because if everyone was the same, it would be boring. So that is our story today. It's called All My Stripes. And basically, it's a story about just being who you are and being happy about it. And don't let people make you feel bad if they make fun of you or say mean things about who you are. Be proud of yourself if you're a good person. That's all you need to be. All right. Thanks, Miss Valdez and Mrs. Bravo's class. I hope that you liked the book on zebras and diversity. Have a great day. Bye. Bye, kids. I'll see you soon, and I miss you this much. Love. Bye.